I want to take a moment to thank our screening sponsor, Bullfrog Power, as well as our screening presenter, co-presenter, Toronto After Dark Film Festival. Now please help me welcome to the stage director Neil Berkeley and artist Wayne.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's a great honor to be here at Hot Docs in Toronto, the big leagues of documentary filmmaking festivals. It's incredible. You know, everybody wants their story told. It's a basic human desire. And man, did I luck out. I got my story told in one of the greatest mediums ever invented, the cinema. And it was done by this guy right here, Neil Berkeley. Wow, what a gift. What a fucking gift. I love you, Neil. So anyway, let's Q&A. Oh, sorry.
The mic. You can just take it away. Well, I thought before opening questions out to the audience, Neil, maybe you can talk a little bit about what inspired you to make the film, and then Wayne, what did you think when he first approached you to do a documentary on your life?
First part.
He inspired me. Anyone my age, his career was targeted at me. Pee-wee's Playhouse, Beekman's World, the videos, the fine art, everything he did was, I was the target audience. And when I met him 12 years ago, I was like, wow, this is the guy. This is the guy that did all that. And I was throwing Pee-wee's lines back at him. And then 10 years later, I finally had the means to do it. And I sat him down over lunch and said, hey man, the book's out, your fine art's taken off, things are looking good, let's make a movie about you. And he said, no, that's a bad idea.
Well, first of all, you know, the MO for most documentaries is expose. You know, it's like, this guy looks good, but he is a bastard, you know. Just stick around to the end. We're really going to stick the knives in, you know. And then the other thing is like, you know, it seems to be the subjects of documentaries always hang themselves. You know, the more they talk, the worse things get. You know, they're talking away all blissfully proud of themselves, but under the audience is going, you bastard. You disgust me. So I was a little afraid and trepid, you know, I thought, you know, Neil was going to pull an expose on me, you know. I just remember him as this punk kid from Oklahoma who used to stalk me, you know, and try to get me to do Randy all the time. But the thing he doesn't mention is that the offices that he used to be an unpaid intern in, that's his offices now. He's the boss man now, you know, so he's an impressive young man. And when I first saw the film, I saw the film for the first time at the premiere at South by Southwest in Austin, Texas, and people thought, Wayne, you're crazy. Why are you waiting for the premiere? You should be in there telling this guy what to do, you know? But I always say I practice the artist's golden rule on this thing. I treated him like I would want to be treated as an artist. I don't want him hanging around over my shoulder telling me how to make a painting. And he certainly doesn't want me hanging over his shoulder telling him how to make a film. So I had fingers crossed, and when I saw it the first time, I was thrilled. I loved it. I really did. I thought he did. I can sit here, I can honestly say this is an artist portrayal, ladies and gentlemen. I'll give you your money back if you don't think so. So yeah, I love the film. I love it. I'm here supporting it. We're traveling all over the country. We've been on the road since March 10th. And shit, this is an incredible gift. Like I said, I love it. I'm not going to play all cool like, you know, some guys, like Crumb. You know, oh, I hate it. No, I love it. I love it. He does too. He's a lying asshole.
Is there a question in the audience?
Yeah, come on.
I can just go. There.
Okay, I hate to
Go ahead.
I grew up with Pee-wee's Playhouse, and my brother sitting down there still has pretty much the entire show on VHS tapes that clutter our basement. But I just wanted to thank you for what you contributed to that and all the artwork you've done, because for people like me, it means we can get up and we can look in the mirror every morning and say, holy shit, I'm so weird, and I agree with that.
I know the feeling. Well, thank you for that. I get so much positive, incredible, loving feedback because of Pee-wee's Playhouse. And like everyone on the screen said, it was the greatest job we ever had. It definitely is. Except for this one. This was the greatest job I ever had right now, showing this film to everybody. But yeah, Pee-wee's Playhouse was an amazing phenomenon. And I'm so lucky to be a part of it. But you know, none of our fancy designs and crazy ideas would have worked at all if it wasn't for the genius of Paul Rubens as Pee Wee Herman. He was the spark behind it. And I was lucky enough to hitch my wagon to a great comedy genius. I think he should go down in the history of humor, right up there with Buster Keaton and all the rest. I think he's an amazing comic genius. And I've been lucky to find guys like that to help me along. Now back to me.
Is there a question in the balcony? Yes. Well, you're right in the front. There we go.
All right. I wanted to ask, I know you addressed this a fair bit in the film, but what is your advice for young artists that are starting out?
So the question is, what is your advice for young artists starting out?
Drink heavily. No, I'm kidding. My advice for them, number one, is to find your own voice. I know that sounds vague, but that's the first thing you got to do. And that's the hardest thing you could do. Because, like I always said, and I say a lot in the movie, we've all got hundreds of voices in our head, and they're all telling us what to do. Some of them we listen to, some of them we don't listen to, but whether we like it or not, they're there. You know, our parents, our coaches, our teachers, our best friends, our girlfriends, our boyfriends. You know, everybody's telling us what to do. And the struggle for the young artist, the challenge for the young artist, is to find his voice, to try to quieten all that other stuff, whatever means you can do to quieten it down. And often it comes in the form of defiance, because that's just all there is to do, but fight, you know. An artist is a soldier, you know, he is. He's on the front lines and he's fighting for his right to be an individual. And that is the number one challenge. And number two, find a good boss, just like I did, over and over again. Unless you're rich and can support yourself, you're going to have to work for somebody. And you got to find a good boss, somebody who will let you have your freedom. Because freedom is the oxygen for the artist. That's all there is to it. So yeah, find a voice and find a good boss.
Is there another question right here?
Does it freak you out that Mark Mothersbaugh aged to look exactly like Mr. Kite? Was he your inspiration for that?
You know what? That's funny.
Question.
He said, this gentleman asked, does it freak me out that Mark Mothersbaugh of Devo aged to look just like Mr. Kite? Well, let me tell you, he looked even more like Mr. Kite when he was a young man on Pee-wee's Playhouse. And you know what? You're not the first one to say that. Doesn't freak me out. I think it's kind of funny, actually. I always thought he kind of looked like Wally Cox myself. Don't tell him I said that.
Is there another question? I think there was some, yep, right over there on the left, and then I'll get you in the back.
One of the things I'm constantly afraid of, and I'm wondering if it's the same for you, is success as an artist. Does it, I mean, you're obviously successful now, but when you were sort of starting out and going on, that kind of like scared the shit out of you and you pull back?
Did everybody hear that? Well, he asked me, what was success like? And what is the pursuit of success like? And did it scare me to pursue it? Well, you know what? I've never thought of success. You know, that was never in my mind. Never in my mind would I thought I'd be standing here on the stage or making money or doing anything. I was foolish and naive enough just to follow my pleasure. And I just wanted to have fun, you know. And I think when you're truly in the groove, when you're in the pocket and you're playing, I mean, that's the number one thing too for artists or any adult. Learn how to play. We forget how to play. We forget. We think it's foolish to play. Or we play in sanctioned societal roles. You know, oh, to play I have to take a $3,000 vacation to the Caribbean, or I have to buy this expensive equipment, or blah, blah, blah. That's not playing. That's just doing what you think is playing. Play. I mean, that's all I wanted to do. I wanted to play my life away. I wanted to have fun. Why not, you know? Why not can I have fun all my life? Who says I'm not supposed to? You know? That's another like complete ridiculous demand of the artist. I want to have fun. I want to play. Life is a miracle, you know? So let's celebrate it. And I was never freaked out by my pursuit of success, because I wasn't pursuing success. I was pursuing my pleasure. But when that happens, success comes, you know, because it's a valuable, rare thing, and people will reward it. And I'm finding that out. At this late advanced stage, I'm finding that out big time, you know. It's great. How about a question for the filmmaker, Neil Berkeley? Who wants to know about how to make a movie?
Are there any questions right there? And I'm sorry, I promised her way in the back. Yes.
I'm just curious, the film only very briefly touched on it, but you mentioned your mental health in the film, and I'm curious on how I feel like destruction and death is very romanticized for artists, and I want to hear about how you feel your mental health influences your art, and how your art influences your mental health.
That's a good question. Did everybody hear that? You know, she said that death and destruction is romanticized for the arts, for the artists and the arts. And how does my mental health affect my work, and vice versa? Well, first of all, I agree with you. It is romanticized. There's this cockeyed, silly notion that suffering is romantic, you know. It's like that's what high art is all about. I'm suffering and I'm feeling superior about it, you know. But low art is like, hey, let's laugh and have a good time. Now, which one do you want to hang out with, you know? And so I don't believe in depression and suicide and all that shit. You know, I've been there. I've been very depressed. And it's not romantic. It's not cool. It's stupid. It's a stupid waste of time to be depressed. And it's even stupider to kill yourself, you know, because you're depressed. I mean, I hate that. I wish suicide had more of an onus on it. You know, I wish it was considered like to be. I hate the whole suffering thing about artists. I really do. And I think you should be happy. You know, that's all. And everybody, you know, all the intellectuals, happy? How could you be happy because of this, this, and this? Blah, 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 blah. Happy? You must be a fool. Fuck you! Let's be happy. Let's let our hair down. Let's tear down the walls between high and low, black and white, north and south, Canada and the United States. Come on, man. We're all people. And mental health is number one. It's got to be there. Suffering is bullshit. Suffering is bullshit. Right, Neil? Because you suffered making this movie. You know that. Come on, my man, Neil Berkeley.
We have time for one more short question.
I actually have a question for the filmmaker.
Excellent, Jen.
Thank you.
You made a beautiful film about an icon, and there must have been huge pressure on you, probably personally and also working with him directly, to do this thing right. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, no. She asked if there's a lot of pressure to in making a movie about a guy who's so iconic, and I took this as the opportunity to show the world who this guy was, because he's always been behind the scenes, always been just another name in the crawl, and I really wanted the world to see it. And there was a lot of pressure, and the biggest pressure was from him. He didn't, like I said, didn't watch it till the premiere on March 10th. And I was a bundle of nerves, but I showed it to his wife, and I showed it to his kids, and showed it to a lot of people, and they all liked it, and word got back to him, so the pressure was off a little bit. But yeah, it is important. I mean, Pee-wee's is a big part of my childhood, probably a lot of people in this room. And this is the first time anyone's really, you know, made a documentary or documented it in this way. There's been some salacious TV stuff, but this is the first time anyone handled it with kid gloves and gave it the reverence it deserves. Those behind-the-scenes shots that Wayne got, no one's ever seen that stuff. It's been in a shoebox for 30 years. So yeah, there was a lot of pressure, and when people came out of screening saying, you know, you did it, that was a big weight off my mind. And I'm so happy you all seem to enjoy it.
Also want to invite you all to a meet and greet tomorrow, 4 to 6, at the Sutton Park Hotel here in Toronto. Sutton Place Hotel here in Toronto. Tomorrow, 4 to 6, meet and greet. I will tell your fortune. Thank you.
Everyone get out your Twitter and Facebook right now. Facebook.com/beautiesembarrassing. Twitter @WayneWhiteDoc. Please, we're still working on distribution. And so we need everyone to know about it, please.
That's Hollywood, baby.
So thank you guys so much for coming out tonight, and thank the two of you for everything. Thank you. And don't forget to vote for this film as you exit the theater. Thanks, you guys.